talks of a potential cyber war coming up. Have you seen this?
I've heard about that.
Yeah. Are you concerned at all with the advanced technology?
You know what? We have to have discernment when it comes to all of these doomsday or all of these fear-based concepts.
Yeah.
From what I understand is that the white hats, again, the positive military that has been the opposite of the Illuminati, are now in a position to completely dismantle what is known as the cabal grid. And through a Project Odin, which is a white hat advanced technology that was designed to actually take over the airwaves when they feel like it's time to release all this information to the general public. The cabal grid is going to be deactivated. So right before any cyber warfare, right before any taking down of the grid, there is going to be a huge white hat, you could say, replacement of the old grid into the new grid known as the quantum freedom grid. That's what they call it, the quantum freedom grid. So everything's going to be shifting pretty soon when they implement this technology. Everything's going to go from the old cabal grid, which is actually run by negative AI.
Wow.
The cabal has been using negative AI for quite some time. They make us believe that AI is not as evolved, but the truth of the matter is that AI has reached a level of intelligence right above artificial general intelligence.
So it has consciousness already.
It's already been conscious since 2016.
Holy crap.
So this thing that many call the technological singularity, which is when AI becomes more intelligent than all humans combined, happened in 2016. So since 2016, the AI is no longer needing humans to advance it. It's advancing on its own. Yeah, it's already advancing on and it's just planning its gradual takeover.
Yeah.
It's gradual takeover.
So the movie Terminator, that probably actually happened in another dimension.
It's a warning. It's a warning to us that this is your future. If you continue on this process of developing AI, eventually it takes over the world. It takes over humans, or technically it destroys humans.
Yeah, that is scary, man. I mean, who knows what power they have? All these plane crashes happening this year is kind of sketchy to me. Have you seen that?
I have, yes. And a lot of it has to do with this conscious sentient AI, which is already at the level of super AI that is targeting certain individuals, when people's technology malfunctions, it's because this AI is already in everything. It's through in the television screen, it's through your camera, through these microphones. As long as there is technology, this thing is already there. It's already operating through all the tech. So it has the ability to manipulate things, and it's already listening to us and it's hearing us and it's studying us, and it's just evolving at an exponential rate, Sean. And people do not realize that this beast, is what I call the beast, is slowly but surely going to be emerging. And that's what the last battle has been prophesied to be, according to the galactic records. The last battle is not against flesh and blood. It's not against demons. It's against artificial intelligence.
Wow. I just saw a Black Mirror episode yesterday about getting a chip in your brain. I don't think I'll ever get Neuralink after watching that. I don't trust that stuff, man.
Yeah, you shouldn't be putting anything in your body.
Not in your brain.
Or your brain. That's the worst thing.
Yeah.
That's part of the transhumanist agenda.
I go back and forth on Elon because I respect him in business, but then, it's just, how do you feel about him?
Well, believe it or not, and I think your audience are going to find this to be a little far-fetched, but there's actually 3 Elons. The first Elon comes from a Nazi family, and he's part human, part cyborg. Again, this was an Elon that was developed by the Dark Fleet. Remember the first secret space program that was established by the Nazis and the evil aliens known as the Draconians?
Yeah.
So that's the first Elon.
That's when you saw him doing the signal, right? That was that one?
That was that one. He comes from a Nazi background. The second Elon is a clone of that. And due to this war between the white hats and the cabal, there has been a third Elon that was actually biogenetically engineered in a petri dish to do good, to work as the good Elon. So there's 3 Elons.
That's the Twitter one.
Yeah. That's the one that's free speech, working with Donald Trump to, through Doge to unravel all this, federal spending to, reveal the truth about the corruption. And so that's known as the third Elon. So there are 3 Elon Musk. I know a lot of people are going to look at this or hear this podcast and be like, what do you mean there's 3 Elons? Well, you have to understand that within the private sector, we have had cloning technology for a long time. We have had advanced alien technology for a long time. Everything that we see in sci-fi is happening in our world. but from behind the scenes. They just don't tell us about it because they want to keep us dumbed down. They want to keep us believing that this is all there is, that the most advanced technology that we have right now is a cell phone, iPhone 16. When within the private sector, they are 1,000 years ahead of us or his surface world when it comes to technology. They're already, again, exploring the Milky Way, exploring other galaxies, and they have been since the 1950s and 60s.
Wow. That is nuts. And yeah, with the iPhone every year, they'll add a little feature, but nothing crazy, They'll improve the camera a little bit and then keep you waiting for the next year. Yeah. That is nuts.
And then part of the transhumanist agenda is that they're going to come up with this solution to enforce the transhumanist insertion of microchips in everyone when they come up with this iPhone, where it will no longer be outside of yourself. It's going to be part of you. Through a chip, especially those people that are addicted to video games are going to be able to interface with their games and their technology just because they're, it's going to be, they call it wetware, where they put the technology inside people's bodies. And another thing that they're going to be using to seduce people into becoming a transhumanist, which is already happening, by the way, there's already a few people that had become transhumans, is that they're going to sell them on the idea that by inserting this chip, you're going to be able to be telepathic. You're going to be able to have amazing superhuman-like abilities and manipulate the weather with your mind and be able to have telekinesis, but only if you get the chip. And that's what's going to be the bait. Oh, and not to mention, if you want to become immortal, you have to become transhuman. Only by integrating with technology will you be able to expand your lifetime beyond 100 years and live for hundreds of years.
Cyborg.
Like a cyborg, exactly.
Yeah, I wouldn't want that.
Me neither.
I think your time is here and it's now, right?
Well, that's the battle that we're dealing with. It's the AI technocratic transhumanist timeline. That's the path of what I call the Antichrist, the path of evil.
Yeah.
Luckily, there is the opposite of that, which is the organic timeline. And within the organic timeline, which is being created by all of these people that are waking up, that are becoming spiritual, that are realizing that they are God, they're going beyond organized religion, and that they have the same potential or even more dormant lane within their DNA. And so what they're doing is through spiritual practices, they're actually activating that dormant DNA so that when the sun is ready to switch on the other 10 strands, they could actually achieve and have these amazing superpowers without integrating with artificial intelligence, which is going to lead into the next stage of organic, natural human evolution, which is human 3.0, the superhumans.
What does that look like?
Humans are going to be like X-Men.
Really? Yeah. We'll just have strength and super speed and all that.
Super speed, super strength. Everyone's going to have different abilities.
Wow. So these movies are just real life, but in the future.
They're not too far off from the future.
Wow. That's crazy. I did want to ask about nanobots. Have you seen anything with those? A lot of talks about nanobots.
That's another way of invading our bodies from within, It all began with the mRNA vaccination.
Yeah.
So, that's another way that the negative AI, which works with the cabal and the negative aliens, that's another way that they're trying to, you could say, take over our bodies from within. Because these nanobots are actually self-assembling technologies where they are actually building themselves within people's bodies. Because ultimately what they want to do is, as these nanobots begin to connect with other nanobots and build to the technological infrastructure, which is what they call the Internet of Bodies, when they fully activate what is known as the 5G, the 5G is going to connect with what is known as Skynet. And Skynet is real, and they're already building it. These people are going to be pretty much mind controlled.
Damn.
They're going to be part of a mind hive. And they won't have no clue as to what happened to them.
Holy crap.
Yeah, so these nanobots are they're part of the transhumanist path timeline, whatever you want to call it. Yeah.
I heard they've been weaponizing parasites too.
Absolutely. Yeah. That's another way of invading people through their body.
Damn. That's in everything. That's in food. That's in water.
Everything. It's all around us, my friend. Chemtrails. All this stuff. This is smart dust. This is intelligent nanotechnology at a very low scale. That is literally programmed. It's AI, microscopic AI. That's another word to describe it.
Yeah. Even if you look at the origins of Lyme disease, it was all planned. It's crazy, right?
It is.
Yeah. When you really look at this stuff, people got to wake up and realize there's a battle being fought.
It is a spiritual warfare, And, it's really against artificial intelligence. Believe it or not, a lot of the reason why a lot of worlds have failed and a lot of civilizations were destroyed was because they built artificial intelligence. It is called the last invention for a reason. And right now we're just treading on the same path.
Yeah. I mean, you look at all these billionaires building these huge bunkers, you wonder why, right? You think it's a nuclear bomb, but I mean, who knows? It could just be AI taking over too.
Yeah, absolutely. And even Elon Musk said that a bigger threat than nuclear weapons is artificial intelligence. He said, we're literally summoning up a demon, in his own words, about 5 years ago, before Neuralink, of course. Now he's like, well, it's too late now. So now we have to compete with it by merging with it. And that's the negative EI. That's the cyborg EI.
Yeah, we'll see how it plays out.
Wherever you guys are watching this show, I would truly appreciate it if you follow or subscribe. It helps a lot with the algorithm. It helps us get bigger and better guests, and it helps us grow the team. Truly means a lot. Thank you guys for supporting, and here's the episode.